What's up everybody, it's Rob here from the Basement Bike Shop, and in this video I'm going to go over what I like to carry in my street riding bag, what I recommend you carry depending on how long you're going to be riding for and where you're headed. Also, at the end of this video I'll give you details on how to win this Odyssey travel tool and Odyssey retractable cable lock. So let's get started. First off, we'll take a look at the type of backpack I use. Now there are a couple different styles of backpack, and if you're just riding to the skate park and dropping your bag before you ride, then it really doesn't matter whether we have a single strap pack like this or a two strap pack like my old style Camelback here. I do a lot of street riding with my backpack on, which is why I really like this pack. It has waist straps and also a chest strap which hold your backpack tight to you so it's not bouncing, slapping you in the back. Having the water reservoir is nice also, but it's not necessary. You can bring a couple of bottles of water with you. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on an expensive backpack as long as it fits good and I like it to, cinch tight to my body. And speaking of water, that's the most important thing I carry with me, is water. Now my Camelback has this reservoir that I can fill with water and it goes in an insulated pack. But a lot of times I don't even feel like filling it. I'll just throw a couple of water bottles in and then some snacks. I prefer granola bars, something not too high in sugar. Crunchy or soft, doesn't matter to me. The next important thing is tools. Now if you have a multi-tool like this Odyssey travel tool, it is nice and convenient, but it's not necessary. And I haven't had one my whole life. I still don't. This one's still in the package because it's part of the giveaway. So the most important tool you need to bring if you don't have a travel tool are your Allen wrenches or your hex wrenches. Now they're going to help you with everything from adjusting your bars to your seat, tightening up your stem, and most of the adjustments on your bike. The second most important tool is something to take your wheels off. Now I have pegs, so I need a ratchet with an extension and a socket. And these two things come with me everywhere, no matter if I'm doing short distance riding, long distance riding. At the park, I bring these things with me in my backpack wherever I go. Now depending on how long I ride, I bring more stuff in order of importance. The next thing I bring is a tube and a pump. Now this is one style travel pump where it locks right onto your stem. I do not use this kind of pump and I don't recommend it. A lot of times when you're trying to pump, you end up snapping your valve stem off. So I found this older style toe peak, but mainly anything that has a hose on it, you're not going to be pumping against your valve stem, and that's what I prefer. This one also has a gauge on it, so that's really nice. I don't need to bring a separate pressure gauge, and it folds back up to be pretty compact. Now there's also a bike mount for it where you could mount it right to the frame, but I just like to throw all this stuff in my backpack. Now if your tires come off hard, like they're a higher PSI tire, it might be a good idea to have a couple of tire levers in your bag also. Now if I plan on going on a longer street riding session, I also like to bring with me an extra brake cable, cable cutter, and a brake wrench. And this will help me if I snap a cable or have to do any adjustments in the field after that. As for a chain tool, that's one tool that I actually never bring with me. I have friends that pack a chain tool with them. Unless you're bringing an extra chain with you, a chain tool is one thing that I've never really needed in the field, or if I snap a chain, I usually don't have a chain with me. So unless you plan on bringing an extra chain with you, then a chain tool is very unnecessary. It's just adding more weight to your backpack. And speaking of adding weight to your backpack, we'll get into the locks. Now there are a couple of different kinds of locks. Odyssey makes this retractable cable lock, which is nice and compact. They also have this thinner, slightly larger cable lock, and then this large cable lock here. Now, there's two things to think about when you're purchasing a lock: weight and security, and you're always sacrificing one for the other. So if you're the type of guy who's just gonna lock his bike up for, a couple of minutes while you run into a gas station, but mostly you're gonna stay on your bike, then a smaller, more compact, lightweight lock would probably work fine for you. But if you're gonna be locking it up for longer periods of time, when you're at school, things like that, and it's locked up for 7 to 8 hours, then you might want to think about the bigger cable lock. A lot of times they come in a resettable combination or key. What I didn't show you here today is the U-lock, and the reason is because I don't use a U-lock. It's probably one of the strongest locks out there, but when you're street riding and you go to bunny hop and that thing slaps you in the back a couple of times, I'll tell you, you never carry it with you again. But if you don't bunny hop while you ride and do tricks, and you're just getting to the skate park and you're going to drop your bag and then ride, and then a U-lock might be a good idea if you want that added security. So the three tools I never leave home without are these right here: my brake wrench, something to take my tire off, socket, extension, ratchet, and then my Allen wrenches. Now a lot of times I just drive to the skate park in my car, and I'll bring my whole toolbox, extra parts, my big bike pump, just so it's convenient for me. But if you're riding to where you gotta go, or street riding, and you really need to minimize what you bring, I'd think about some of my tips that I have in this video, and I hope it helps. And that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to win this Odyssey travel tool and Odyssey retractable cable lock, I'll draw the name of the winner in 30 days. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, give a like to this video, and comment below with what my favorite flavor of granola bar is. And I will ship it out to you, no cost to you within the continental United States. Extra shipping charges apply to anyone else. I'll be doing a lot more BMX product giveaways, parts, accessories, safety gear, you name it, so stay tuned. If you have any questions or suggestions for other videos, you can comment below or you can send me an email. Thanks for watching.